Hello, hello. How are we all doing?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm excited for this game. We have Complex versus Team Miracle, and this is going to be a hell of a game. Complex are going to have to play a hell of a game if they're going to win this series.
Yeah, going into this, you've got Miracle who have won one, lost one, Complex who have lost two. And at this point in the season, things are starting to take shape of where teams are likely to end up. So with Complex needing to win their next five to guarantee top four, they need to perform and they need to perform consistently, be consistent with playstyle, all of that. Um, and I believe Toxo is playing for the first time, so that's the first inconsistency we see from Complex already. Team Miracle just need to carry on doing what they're doing, maybe perform a little bit better than they have been, although they did lose one of their games to Unseen, which is the favourite for the Ballbuster conference. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will see, and I have no reason to delay this game any longer, but what predictions have you got for the series?
I think I said it on the podcast, and I'll say it again. I think it's got to be Miracle 3-0.
Yeah, I I, I want to go that way as well, and I'm gonna go with Miracle winning, but I think Toxo being the new player to this, well, not the new player, but the first time playing for this team this season, he could show some new light, and I hope that they take one game at least. So I'm gonna go 3-1 to Team Miracle here, and I say we get the players going.
Yeah, I'm up for it. I think going into this, Toxo's a fairly sort of defensive player, build up from the defense into the offense. Whether his teammates will be able to catch on to that play style from playing with Bale, I'm not sure. Maybe it might work better. Maybe it will be a bit disconjointed. But here we go. Start game one.
Yeah, we
We're
will.
seeing Miracle come out.
It will be interesting because Bale's are really aggressive compared to Toxo.
For sure. There's a dangerous one lofted over for Hexos. Cleared about Charlie. No. Off the sidewall. Good cutout from Fenrir. Is anyone going to be mid? There is Risen. Gets beats out by Hexos.
Yeah, he does well there. He notices that there's two people going for the same ball and cuts out the offense very well there. Charlie now pops it middle, but Hexos turns away for that. It wasn't the most control Charlie had there. Hexos now wins at 50 against Turbon. Groovesy will come in, slams it down the field. That is awkward for Rising Heat, but he does get it in time. They're looking quite equal to start off with.
Yeah, I think Miracle have had the lion's share of being in offense, but they haven't made anything too sort of dangerous. Haven't had a lethal shot yet, and I think out of defense they've been a little bit wasteful. Whereas Complex seem to be a bit shaky on defense, not really communicating effectively. If they see two double commits come out straight after each other,
But you will notice,
they're holding on.
yeah, you will notice when Bale's playing, I think more triple commits are going to happen where, because Toxo's that third man and he doesn't really like pushing that many balls. I think he's going to be able to save him a lot in these double commits.
Well, the pressure mounting still for Miracle. Grabbing this one into the corner is Gravesy. Off the backboard. Can't get the dunk, but Hexos is there to loft it over again. Charlie with the shot and Resin Heat with the block. Oh!
That's a
And
nice
that's got
goal.
it from Charlie.
Yeah, nice goal steal from Charlie there. Hexox realizing it's open, just turns around, pops it over Fenro Soroson, and easy goal for Charlie there.
Yeah, I think it's Toxo. You've got to realize, like, even if you are in the right position to go, maybe you just need to tell your teammates, just go.
Yeah.
Just commit for it, because what they seem to be doing is clutch defense and only clutch defense. There is no being proactive in trying to get the ball. It's all sort of reactive, and that's why they were allowed so much pressure. Hexos can't get the shot on target. And yeah, Complex not really with a strong sort of start, and Charlie again taking advantage of the wide open there.
Yeah,
That's good
Toxo
for him.
overcommitting here, I think. He's last man. Like, if you're being last man there, you need to either bang it down the outside of the field, but he got no power on that sidewall.
Yeah, you want to take 50 as maybe challenge low and, or maybe not even challenge at all. Go for a fake challenge if you're far enough away. That's a good play from Fenrir. But again, we heard this from Toxo. It's like, oh, we lost it because there was no, there were so many double triple commits. I mean, they're still doing them. So was the problem Bale, or was it the champs? And you've got to think, is it too late because of the transfer window being after week 4? It might be too late for Complex to make a change on those champs. Although Toxo with the pinch with the defender and has somehow gone in.
I'm not quite sure how that one's going. The Hexos hesitating a little bit too long, I think.
Yeah.
Great. Charlie should have rotated wide, and that should have been Hexos' border. Not sure what was miscommunication or just Hexos, just being a bit nervous or something. But
that's the first game, so
yeah. Miracle don't seem troubled though, and Charlie goes it for the double tap. Will he be able to get it? He will not. He leaves it off to Hexos. Hexos goes for the shot. Charlie does get a little dunk to make Loopy awkward there. Toxo tries to get the 50, but they tried it. Grazy nearly gets a goal from it. Now, what is Sirlon able to do? Hits it to the backboard, and great read from Charlie there.
Hexos controlled out of defense to the sideboards. Got no boost. Decides to leave it, and this is looking dangerous from Risen Heat now off the backboard. Fenrir with the shot. Fenrir with the goal, and it's a tie game.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Loopy did get a little bit of help there. He got bumped by the opposing team, and Grazy just left in a very awkward situation there.
Wow. A minute 30 left. And so far, it's not been the best game for the GC. It's around, well, pretty much the same points, 1 point in it. And Complex, with the comeback, are they going to be able to hold that momentum going, or will Miracle snap back into focus and sort of reiterate their game plan from the start and take all of the pressure back, and hopefully Gravesy can get up to something. He's not had the biggest influence on the game.
What I have noticed is this Complex team likes going for ground plays, but it doesn't seem to be working out for them. And when they have done aerial plays, they do get goals, and there we go. We get another example from it. Wasn't exactly a madman aerial play, but it is in the air. Loopy just realizing Charlie's awkward there and slams it in the back of the net. That was well played from Complex.
Yeah, catching them offside with that, and now all of Complex have a goal. There's one to go around for everyone.
Yeah.
And Team Miracle sort of lost a lot of their venom after they conceded one. It sort of allowed Complex to do whatever they wanted, not challenging them nearly enough as how they should be. It's like what we were saying about Complex, but now it's all about Miracle. It's funny how these things change throughout a series.
Yeah, it looks like a flipped series. Miracle here just trying to pass to each other, but Complex doing an amazing job intercepting them, and we saw that earlier in the game. Complex were trying to do these passes, and Miracle were intercepting them. Toxo now centers it. Loopy gets intercepted by Charlie. Miracle need to do something here, and that is a double commit, so that will slow him down. Hexos is the last chance, and Femril did very well there to get that over the last player. This ball needs to drop down for Complex if they want to win this game. Rising Heat sends it to the sideboard. Toxo keeps it up for some reason. Hexos now sends it back the other way. He's able to keep control. He just hit it once. Loopy into the midfield, and yeah, Miracle aren't able to get the touch.
This is not what I expected.
Nah.
Are they taking the timeout? I think that's a valid way.
I think that's smart, because they know they're the better player, better team in my opinion, and I think they just had a rough start. So taking it here, I don't hate them for it. It gives them basically to restart the series, and they can just come straight back into it with the venom they did. Like, we see this from CK. They do very well in the first start of games, and they just slow down. This seemed like a CK series to me.
Perhaps, maybe Complex have found the formula with Toxo. Maybe there was just too many double triple commits with Bale. And although Toxo didn't have a shot, he does get a goal. So currently he is on infinity shot to goal ratio. See how that pans out for him. If he doesn't shoot again, he could mess up the stats. But yeah, I think Miracle started off extremely well. You know, you see all of that pressure mounting. You've got 8 shots there for Team Miracle, 5 for Complex, and where is all that pressure gone? Throughout the series, throughout the game, not even series, there just seemed less. Like they weren't as urgent to get the ball back. They weren't as urgent to get their opponents off the ball.
Yeah.
So maybe they go back and sort of realize in this timeout, look, we do need to make those challenges. We do need to get the ball to each other. All of that sort of stuff needs to happen.
I think they got a little bit too comfortable. They went 2 goals up, but then they just, as you said, they just started being a little bit less urgent, as you said, and yeah, they just need to come. They need to start this next game like it's the first game of the series, because they know they're the better team in their own heads, and they have it. They have the stats and they have their previous games to prove that. And if they come in how they did and keep it the whole game, I don't see this Complex team being able to keep this sort of performance up.
Yeah, I think I said it this as well on the podcast. I think it takes a bad game for Miracle and a good game for Complex for it to go in Complex's way. Did I think it was impossible for Complex to win the series? Absolutely not. I think any team in any division has the capability of winning. But especially with this Toxo move, I just wasn't sure. He's proven me wrong so far, and I'd love to see it. You know, we've got a bit of banter going on between me and him. It's like I keep predicting him to lose, and he's not had a chance to prove me wrong yet. Now he has, and now he's doing it. So big props to Toxo for that.
Yeah, I will be interested to see if Miracle talking about any changes in their playstyle, or they've literally just took this 2 minutes to reset fully.
I think if it's only one game, you can't really. I mean, you can say a few things, but you're not going to say anything too meaningful about your playstyle. It's more sort of resetting the mentality, like not necessarily the go next mentality, but sort of we've taken a loss, let's get it back mentality, which is what I think they need.
100%, and we'll see if Charlie's able to get the double tap. And
oh, the dunk.
Loopy did well to get that away, but that is another double commit, and Hector might score from that, but Loopy, another great recovery. He now keeps it to himself, but Gravesy does a great interception. Oh, wait.
Toxo. See what mechanics he can bring out. It goes as far as a pinch. That's Gravesy knocking the ball up. They do love their aerial plays. This gets away from him, and Toxo, a nice catch. That almost pinches in. Rising Heat with a clear. And again, Miracle starting off very well in terms of offense. They're just not quite able to shove the ball in the net so far.
Yeah, I think Toxo is really doing a great job of shutting their last attempt, their last plays down for actually shooting. I think he's the one that's really keeping this game close, because as you said, Miracle seem to have all the pressure and they keep shooting, but Toxo's the one just getting in the way of that last shot. Another shot.
Placement. Oh. Placement's almost there. They're making them get as Charlie gets the first goal, but we know how meaningless that is because they got the first 2 and still lost.
Yeah. We see another double commit, and Toxo was involved in this one, and it does lead to a goal. Fenro was not able to get back in time. We'll see if Complex are able to get this goal back early or not. I think that will be crucial. Well, I say that, but last game it wasn't. But I think this Miracle is going to come in a lot more aggressive and carry on it. What is Hector able to do? Not too much. Loopy does get a good dunk on him.
Shot?
Oh, what happened there?
Was there a bump?
Fenro looked like he went the wrong way. Yeah, he went for boost.
Yeah.
Not boost, he just drove the wrong way.
Driving. Yeah, he could have just stopped driving and he would have been in the right place. That's so unfortunate.
A little bit of a confusion. See if Complex are able to get the goals. 2 goals back like they did last game. Toxo now trying to start that, but he does get the dunk on Hexos. There's Loopy. Loopy does miss now. Toxo. Pass it back to Loopy. Loopy's going to keep control. Takes it out round 1. Is he able to get round 2? He is not. Gravy does exceptionally well there. To the backboard. Not able to get the double tap. Complex looking like they're up in their aggression like they did last game.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about conceding 2 and then starting to play the game. Maybe they should consider a game plan where they come out of the gates like this without conceding a goal. That might be a more consistent way of playing, but maybe it's just something primal kicks in after they do concede those 2.
I think Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, I think Miracle need to realize, like, this aggression is good, but what they need to do is have a slightly tighter rotation so that they can capitalize on the double commits, so that you have that really fast follow-up.
Yeah,
that's how you capitalize.
I was going to say a similar thing. I was like, Miracle, I think they know what Complex are able to do now after the last game, and I don't think they're going to be surprised by this offense. So we'll see if Complex are able to break through, and Charlie does exceptionally well there to get that around the last player. Fenrir. It's a bad touch again. What? 2 people in net and it still rolls in.
Yeah, 2 people in net. Absolutely no save. Bounced into the corner. That's never going to be an easy shot to save. But Hexor shoots it right at him. Toxo, no momentum. Not able to reach it. And I'm just confused. I don't know where the challenges are coming from, when the challenges are coming. Like, normally, the ranked playstyle teaches you challenge instantly. Don't even think. Just go.
Yeah.
And I think both teams would benefit from that so much because they give each other so much time. But neither of these teams seem to be following convention and is benefiting Team Miracle this game.
Yeah, they have a little bit of they miss less, to be quite honest. So I think playing this type of play style is going to benefit them. Where Complex, oh my god, that was beautiful. Go and clip that.
That was a clean shot there.
I don't know if it was on purpose or not. Yeah, it was. I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't think their original idea was to do that, but he did read the bounce perfectly.
And just to get the positioning there, the read off the corner, and then to double it, I think that speaks to Charlie's skill as, in my opinion, one of the better champs in BGCS.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he has stood up. He seems to be the one that's just getting in the way of Complex's aggression. You've seen it countless times, like that demo there, for example. He's the one slowing them down. Big credit to him. Charlie now take the ball crazy. Tries to flick it around one. He does get it around Fenrir. Loopy now taking it by himself. Gets to 50 of Gravesy, but no follow-up from Comp. Well, there is a follow-up, but a bit too far back. Now that is a 3v1, and Fenrir does exceptionally well again and gets that away.
Downfield in offense is Complex. Toxo, mechanical play. He's not known for his mechanics, and he doesn't follow through with it. For his Horizon Heat. That's a good hit out. Oh, that's just below one. What a block that is. Coming in again, Charlie. Safest hands there can be.
If Complex come out of this type of aggression at the start of the game, I really think it could work, but Miracle just have 4 goals to sit on. They're not really scared. Because if 1 goal goes in, so be it. There's still 3 goals up.
It definitely looks like that timeout worked.
Yeah, 100%.
All they've got to work with now is the momentum and the 1 minute they get. Or, you know, Complex's timeout. They could use that as well. It's a double-edged sword is the timeout. And Team Miracle taking this next game. We've got a 1-1 series. Both teams need another 2 wins.
Yeah, this Complex team is literally the only thing I really can say is they need to come out of the start off the game with that. Oh my god, Complex are putting a timeout. That is surprising to me. I think personally I'd go another game.
You wait to go down, yeah. You wait to go down so you can stop the momentum. You use it now. Sure, you've just lost the game, but you've got a game to play with. Whereas if you take the timeout now, you're like a 4-0 loss. You can learn a decent amount from it, but I feel like you're going to learn more from a close game. So if you can say whatever you need to say in a minute.
Yeah, 100%.
So you go into the next game with those few things said, make that adjustment, and then if it's still not going well, then you can call the timeout and have a bit of a deeper discussion about it. Whereas now it's like maybe not getting as much value out of it, other than obviously hydration, which Hydration check for everyone in chat. Make sure you drink all your water.
Yeah, it will be. I'm not too sure what complex we'll be talking about in this timeout. Have you got any ideas?
I think Toxo will just train, like I said, for Miracle, and it's just sort of relax each other. And I think it's very similar points, to be honest. Other than maybe the difference being trust each other in defense, because I think every time the ball comes anywhere near the complex defense, they double commit.
Yeah.
And sure, it's not a triple commit like it is with Bale, but it's still a double commit. It's still a mistake. So maybe a little bit of awareness, maybe a little bit of trust in your teammates might not go amiss.
Yeah, this complex team really seems to struggle with that. Like every series I watched of them, there's double and triple commits, and I'm really not too sure what it boils down to because it's all the time. I'm not too sure if it's a comms issue or they just don't do enough scrims with each other, but it seems like one of probably their biggest issue.
Yeah, they could just not do any replay analysis.
Yeah.
I know not many teams do, but if you're having consistent issues like that, where you're making big mistakes, I'm not talking about you missed a rotation or you missed a mechanical play, anything like that is typically fine. But if you're consistently, going for back right boost when it's going in your net or you're double committing, triple committing, anything like that needs to be analyzed because you need to find the root of the problem. And
Yeah.
if you find the root of the problem, you can solve it. That could come down to it's caused by a certain player. And then you've got a difficult decision to make. Do you play your sub instead of them? Do you replace them? Do you try to work on it with them? But in 7 weeks, you've only got so much time to make a difference.
Yeah, we will see if Complex, well, we'll see who takes the match point game here. And that will be a big part of this series, whoever comes out of that. See if Complex are able to win the game after the timeout as well. Finreal now. Tries to take it slow, but Charlie will not take that, and he passes it off to Gravesy for the double tap, but Gravesy just doesn't have enough boost.
There's a bit of a whiff there from Toxo. He's going to enjoy that one. Fenrir over to the side now. Toxo. Complex starting off well, like we said. They must have took, but can't save there from Gravesy. Can't get my words out. And that was Hexos on the ball. He just tucked it away. I guess that works. I can't believe that save from Gravesy. That was crazy.
Yeah. Toxo gets stumped. That is so unfortunate.
Yeah. Really well played there from Charlie, though. Getting in front of his man, that's an incredible block. And Rising Heat not able to make the adjustment in time.
Yeah, Charlie looking at absolute wonderful flair this series. Really standing up for Team Miracle, in my opinion. MVP.
He's got to be the best. Yeah, he's definitely the MVP, no doubt.
Toxo now in a one-on-one with Grovey does win that, I guess, but it goes to his corner. Now, what is Hexos? Yeah, Hexos able to do nothing really. Toxo is in the midfield, but doesn't read it perfectly. Sends it to the midfield again, but Team Miracle are going to benefit from that. It's looking a bit one-sided, even though Miracle are up a goal. It doesn't look like they're dominating this series, this game.
Yeah, it looks sort of back and forth, fairly no real attempts other than that one from Miracle, that wonderful block. But yeah, it just, there's no finish. Other than that, and there's a pinch out. What a save that is. Toxo trying to keep the pressure on, and it's there for Fenrir with the shot. Hexos with the block, and Rising Heat finally getting the finish.
Yeah, it might take 3 people, but a goal is a goal. Yeah, Hexos did amazingly well to save that second shot, but it's hard to get back to recover for the third one, unfortunately, and Complex will equal this game up.
This is what we want to see from them. Action earlier on in the game gives them more of a chance. There's a massive hit there from Gravesy onto the backboard. Charlie with the follow, not able to get anything from it. Hit the ball away from Hexos there, maybe not what he wanted. Gravesy can't get the hit there.
Yeah, quite a few misses coming out from Graves this series. Doesn't look like he's having his best game. Oh.
Oh. Chance miss there from Charlie. Something that you're not seeing often from this one.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I'd like to touch on that actually, with Graves not having the best performance in this series. I feel like when one of the champs is playing better, it has a detrimental effect on the other champ.
Yeah.
You see this in every team. You know, if Panic's playing well, Kyle isn't. If Aspect's playing well, Cryptic isn't. You know, and that goes to show, I think, a more balanced play style might be more effective.
I think
the long term.
I think it turns the team into like not a 2v2 team, but a 2v2 attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I think it does make sense because it makes that the one that's not playing as well, but they're the one defending most of the time. Because they're not playing as good.
Oh.
And Hexos will get a cheap goal, to be fair. Just a few mistakes on the backboard.
No one guarding that. Yeah, no one guarding it in the first place. Toxo going for the squishy. There's a bit of a last-ditch defense there from him. He's not had the best game himself.
Yeah.
The least amount of points out of everyone. So
this complex team just keeps leaving 1v3 situations over and over again. But we will.
Let's go back. Sorry.
That's right. We will see what happens and see if Complex are able to get this game tied up yet again. Toxo kind of screws up both of his teammates. Charlie now.
This game almost discussed sarcastic. Charlie trying to scramble some sort of control out of defense. There's the shot from Fenrir. That's going to be shot wide. Hexos to collect this again. It always seems to be the GCs to collect things up, start the offense, and
that was almost beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Toxo does a little backflip thing, and I'm so confused.
I don't get it. This game is something else. They're putting on a spectacle at the very least. But for analysis-wise, you can't say anything. There's a free shot for Fenrir, and we are equalised. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that sums everything up, actually. That's perfect.
Charlie
I wouldn't have had any other way.
I think Charlie was just expecting a little bit of a better touch from Gravesy there, but as we said, Gravesy wasn't having his best series so far. Just makes Charlie a little bit awkward in defense, and Complex equal the game up, I guess. See who's able to take this game.
It's a bit of a fake there from Hexos, trying to sort of intimidate the Complex defense. Toxo with his first flip reset. And
successful.
First successful flip reset. Yeah, no, that's true. Charlie. Good past mid, but no one's there close enough to follow up. Back into defense from Team Miracle, and things are starting to sort of fizzle out as this game also does so. Hexos with his second successful flip reset.
He did an absolutely amazing air dribble down the field, though. That was nice.
That almost went in.
I didn't actually see what happened. I blinked.
That was like 80% in.
Charlie, what a
fake.
Toxo reads it well, though, and Gravesy now over. Oh, he doesn't get over anyone, actually. Toxo does well. Hexos robs the boost, pops it up. There's no follow. There is a follow-up, but a bit too slow. Hexos is a crucial part of this team. I know he's the GC, but he really is. Well, he's a great player.
Much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he performs so much. He's so clinical with his shots as well. I don't think this team would be anything without him, to be honest. I mean, Charlie's a decent player in himself, but so much of what he does is supported by Hexos.
Yeah, he's the one controlling the ball when they need it. He's the one, as you said, creating plays and just fill up. He's a team player as well.
Ooh, good. Good play from Gravesy there, keeping the possession in midfield. Hexos with the beat. This is looking dangerous for Complex. They need to make some clutch defense out of this. Charlie with the shot, Charlie with the wide.
Yeah.
If
he shot that on target, I think it was a goal.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate.
It's looking convincingly like Miracle's in charge of this. They're holding pressure very well. They've got Complex in a grip. Gravesy can't get that over Toxo, but it's a challenge nonetheless. Hexos with a weird aerial. Not sure what he was doing there. There's a good shot from Fenrir. That's going to be blocked out.
Complex now have the pressure.
Complex. Oh, Hexos with the clutch save. How the tides have turned now.
Yeah, I think Team Miracle overcommitted a little bit, and it's just caused them to be stuck in this now. They're the ones stuck in defense due to it. And Rising Heat nearly gets a shot, and Toxo takes the shot, and what a save for Crazy. Fenrir will place it in the bottom right corner, and Complex go up 2-1 in the series.
They're putting on a show, to be fair. I think whenever Complex play, they give us a game, and I love them for it. I think Miracle, like you said, just got that overcommit and weren't able to compose themselves and get it clear to the corner. I think they always try to punt it out instead of take it to the side and close to them, which is why they weren't able to get out defense. Yeah, 2-1 Complex, that is crazy.
Yeah, it is. This Miracle team, they have so much pressure, so much of the game, but they just keep dropping goals to silly. That's unreal. They just keep dropping these silly goals. I think a lot of it just comes from overcommitting. And this Complex team they're noticing the overcommits and they are scoring off them.
Yeah. I think, 15 shots to 10, we've got no shortage of chances. It's just whether they're taking them or not. I think there's so much clutch defense being played. But again, going back to game 1, there's just not enough midfield presence from either team, which is why when a team gets on offense, they stay in offense for a while until a big clear and then they're on defense. If teams challenge from midfield, they will have play defense from midfield, basically. That's how I want both of these teams to play. Then we'll have more of a clash.
Yeah, 100%. And this team, I just want to see Miracle just get a third man back a little bit further this game. But we will see what they do. And this series is mind-boggling.
Both players deciding to go for a fake kickoff, and both getting faked by it. Of course, that's no. Thank you, Miracle. Thank you, Complex. That's
so
absolutely brilliant.
Hexos tries to go for the dunks, but it's not able to get it. Gravesy will get it and goes for a madman read, but that is difficult. Charlie keeps it in. Toxo hits it away, but this Complex, they keep banging it straight to Miracle again.
Yeah, absolutely no sort of planning going into where they're putting the ball. I say this about so many teams. They just sort of punt the ball out, chase it, go for a shot, rotate. There's no passing. There's no sort of, okay, I'll put this over here so it's easier for you. I'll, challenge here so that you can get an easier challenge yourself. Like, in threes, first man doesn't need to hit the ball 100% of the time. They just need to challenge, and that's enough to get a commitment. There's almost a shot out from Hexos. A good challenge there from Fenrir.
Yeah, well, we will see what Gravy's able to do. But Charlie intercepts his own teammate, and this is weird in the corner. He goes for the dunk, but Complex do well to get it out. But yet again, there's no follow-up for this Complex team, and Hexos will punish them, but sends it wide, unfortunately. Toxo now has time with the ball. What is he able to do? He pops it over one. Well, he doesn't. Charlie does a great dunker. Yeah, I keep expecting too much.
Yeah. I mean, Toxo's so good at holding that third man, but I think with this team, he needs to create more. And if he's not able to do that, then his teammates aren't able to go upfield more, and that's where he needs them. I don't think they've got enough sort of gumph in them to create offense alone. They need Toxo, and I don't think Toxo's ready to do that for his team because he doesn't trust this team, which is fair because they are lower rated than him, or maybe not at the moment, to be fair. But
being the GC, being the GC is hard. Like, you have to be able to be in so many different places at once, and Toxo is one of the lower GCs, and he has so much on his shoulders because of that.
It's got that pressure to perform as well. If he doesn't, then it's like so many questions being asked of you, like, why weren't you doing this? Why weren't you there? Why did you not win this? All
Yeah.
of that can get to you. And it's happened to so many people. There's a miss from Charlie. Point blank range miss.
He's been
I don't
magnificent.
know how he's managed that.
He's been magnificent this series. I don't know how he's done that one. Crazy. He wins at 50, but there's no follow-up for Team Miracle here. Then Real takes the shot. He does catch him off guard, and that's a beautiful play from Complex.
Team Miracle, I mean, they've had pressure, they've had chances, but not being able to finish it off. They're just a bit weak when it comes to their placement, and that can cost them. If they lose another game, they're gone. They're out of this this series. Complex will take it in a very unexpected turn. So Hexos needs to create something special, or Miracle might be looking at a 3-1 loss.
That will be the upset of the season.
It's got to be.
Like, as of now,
so
at
good.
least.
There's a miss. A wide open there from Vimria, and not able to get anything from it.
Toxo's doing such a good job of intercepting plays. I mentioned it earlier, but I think it needs to be said again. And he's shutting down these miracle plays like that again. He's just slowing it down in offense, and that's really what they needed.
They're able to bait in challenges and overcommits. They're gonna have a good chance of winning this. They already do. 1 minute, 1 goal in it. It can swing just like that. All it takes is one big clear and one shot.
Yeah.
And then it's game on. But Team Miracle not getting any of those chances. It's just not following up off each other. Not, you know, playing too safe, in my opinion. You know, just nothing really like that dangerous coming from them.
Yeah, Miracle look very slow now, and they seem to not have the offense they've had in these later games. That no one's going for the ball here. In earlier games, there'd be 1 or 2 people going for it. Hexos goes for it. That was almost brilliant.
Gracie gets beat out by Rising Heat. Oh, this could be Complex's first win, and I was speaking to Toxo like, hey man, I think you're gonna lose this, but if you win 5 in a row, I'll like I can't remember what I said exactly, but if he wins it all, I'll give him an award of some sort. And Complex take it. That is wild.
Yeah, they put my prediction the other way around. So you know, close enough in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to take that. You're not getting away with that one. However, Complex will be getting away with that one. That's their first win. And Bale 2 losses, Toxo 1 win. Is suddenly Toxo the main player now?
Yeah.
That they've got their 1 win with him? I don't know.
Toxo has been talking down to himself a lot, and I think this is really going to bring his spirits back up.
Yeah. It's got to.
Yeah, well, they have to if they want to be guaranteed top